Have you ever wanted to be a superhero? I know I did, especially after watching Wonder Woman or Thor. But as we all know, superpowers don't exist. But that shouldn't stop you from becoming a superhero. A superhero doesn't necessarily need superpowers. Today, I would like to introduce you to the profession of registered nurse, or RN for short. You may be wondering what an RN does. Well, today I will be describing what a registered nurse does, the financial outlook of a registered nurse, the lifestyle of a registered nurse, and how to become a registered nurse. For my first point, I will define a registered nurse. According to the Occupational Outlook Handbook of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, a registered nurse is a healthcare provider who provides and coordinates patient care. It also educates patients and the public about various health conditions. Some of the duties and responsibilities of a registered nurse can vary from department to department, but some of the general responsibilities include as assess the patient's conditions, record patient's histories and symptoms, observe the patients, administer any medication that the doctor has ordered, set up any patient care plans with family members, with the patient themselves. They will also consult with providers and different specialties, different doctors. A registered nurse can also operate and monitor any medical equipment. They will also help perform diagnostic testing. Now, for my second point, I will explain what the requirements are to become a registered nurse. According to the Outlook Handbook, explains that in order for you to become a registered nurse, you do need to go to college. You will need to take some classes like anatomy and physiology, microbiology, psychology, and social sciences. You will also will need to be accepted into a nursing school, which nowadays is very competitive. It can typically take you from 3 to 4 years, and it will include classroom and clinical rotations. Once you have obtained all of that education, you will also need to pass the National Council Licensure Examination. Now, when you do pass the test, you are licensed based on the state that you're going to work in. Every state does have their own different testing, and you will have to obtain a different license for each state. And also, you would need to have a basic life support, which is CPR certification. After several years of education, now you may be wondering what the salary may be looking like. According to the Financial Outlook, as a medical assistant, RN is projected to grow 6% from 2021 to 2031. There is over 200,000 openings are projected each year for a registered nurse. The salary potential can be high or low. The median salary in May of 2021, depending on the location, can range from 61,000 to 85,000 annually. Now, also, the highest that you can get paid as a registered nurse is 100 up to 120,000. Now, the lowest 10% can be 59,000. Of course, this can depend on where you're working, who you're working for. Now, what kind of lifestyle will you have as a registered nurse? Depending on the location and where you're working at, your lifestyle or your working hours can vary. Hospitals and nursing facilities can be like 12-hour shifts. You can either work days, nights, weekends, and of course, those since you are working in a facility that needs round the clock 24-hour care, you can work holidays. It can be stressful. Some private practices, of course, some private practices, of course, are less stressful, less hours. Now, you can also do travel nursing. Travel nursing can have great benefits. You get to meet new people. You get to travel, get to know a lot of different areas. Now, there is some downside to travel nursing because as travel nursing, they do have contracts. Once your contract is up, you have the other option to renew, or you can move to a different state, start working at a different area. The downside is, though, of course, every facility, they do have their own system of how they work and even their computer system. So you're having to relearn all of that. This will conclude my presentation. I have described registered nursing, and also I have explained on how to become an RN, what are the duties and responsibilities of an RN. I have described the financial outlooks and the lifestyles as a registered nursing. For those who have the desire to make a difference in someone's life and has the compassion to take care of an ill person, you might consider registered nursing. Not all superheroes wear capes.